Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. If you're watching this on the replay, which you probably are if you're on now, comment replay and drop any questions you have in the comments. Okay, so I decided that today I'm going to paint a door hanger. I have been painting smaller versions of them because they're samples and I don't have a ton of storage. I mean, I have a lot of storage, but I don't want to be storing big 18-inch door hangers. But I asked in a last-minute poll whether you wanted me to paint a cute goose door hanger or a bee door hanger, and the bee one. So I did paint some goose things today though, because I guess I'm obsessed with gooses. Geese? Gooses. Geese. I'm obsessed with geese now. Let me see if I'm on here. Says I'm live. Yep, there I am. Okay. So the other day I painted this, which is super cute. Little geese on parade. Hello! Hi, Holly. Thanks for coming. And then today I painted this one. So this is another interchangeable. So you have, this is the large arch. And this is a new insert. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I need to get added to my shop, so I've been just trying to paint stuff. And then, of course, I had to paint this smaller one, the Silly Goose Crew. Super cute. So right now, I think in my shop, I did a class with these, and so I have so many insert options, but I don't have them all listed on my Etsy shop right now. But I do have some that you can get on there, and I will be hopefully updating that soon, and I'll add that one. But yeah, we're gonna paint the bee door hanger today. This one is, I think it's like 11 inches that I'm gonna paint, so it should be fairly quick. Shouldn't take too long, but it will be available in 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. Kevin's gonna be like, why is there geese all over the house when I start putting these up? He doesn't know about my goose obsession yet. Okay, so I am going to use my other camera stand today, and I'll just have it down on the screen so that you can see everything I'm doing. So less of seeing all this and more of seeing the project. So let me just see, let's get this flipped around. Gotta go up in the air. And there we go. Okay. Oh, I should turn the light on. Okay, that's kind of bright, but... Okay, so I've been wanting to paint this for so long. I'm finally getting to it. I was trying to decide what my project was going to be today, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a door hanger, because I never really paint door hangers on my lives. So as you can see, the inside of the bee cuts out, so it makes it a lot easier to paint. And then this is the wings, so that'll go on top of it. So I'm gonna paint the bee, the body all black, and then these will be yellow, of course. So I'm gonna line those up, get ready for yellow. And I can't decide what color I want to do the background. or like stain. I might just leave it to the end and see what it looks like raw, because sometimes I leave the backgrounds raw. It doesn't always need to be stained. Okay, let's see, those are probably also yellow. And these are cut from 5mm, which is a little under 1/4 of an inch, birch. So they're nice and good quality. And usually this wood I've been getting doesn't have a lot of like knots or things like that in it. Occasionally you'll see some more like extra wood grain or whatever, like you can kind of see there. But for the most part, they're pretty clear and just nice, good surface to paint. Okay, so these are gonna be white, and those are gonna be white. Okay, and then that'll be yellow, of course. I think I'm gonna do this white. Try to get all of the pieces separated. And then this one cut pretty good. That's gonna be covered up. I'm gonna paint this blue. So you won't be able to see that like kind of yellowing. But if you were gonna paint this white, you would, usually I already have it like pre-cleaned when I ship them out, but sometimes you might have a little yellow on there. It's just the nature of laser cut stuff. And you can use, this is a alcohol wipe. You could use that. You can use a baby wipe, or you could just hit it with a little bit of sanding. So let's see these. Those look all right. I try to make it so everything's ready to go when it's shipped out. Okay. I think that's good. So I'm going to just set this to the side because I'm not sure on the back what I want to do. Sometimes I'll do that and then I'll put all the pieces on top and see what it looks like. Okay, so I think I'm going to do these to the same color yellow, which I'm going to go with this as like a mustard. Well, it's called mustard. This is a paint match color. It was a, what do you call it? One of these folk art home decor chalk paint colors that I had, and I just paint matched it. But there's lots of good different colors that you can use for that. That's just what I got. So I'm just gonna use some scrap paper and a makeup wedge. So I use the makeup wedges even with my even on the birch, even on anything I cut from birch, which is usually just door hangers, porch leaners. And this covers really good. can't believe it's already June. This year is just flying by. I have a paint party craft and sip this weekend. And I've got 16 coming for that, so I'm excited. I've been running the laser all day, cutting all the projects. The best seller, I guess I would say. Most chosen one was the Patriotic Porch Leaner, which isn't too surprising. But I'm excited because it's a design that I made, so they'll get to have not only something that they painted themselves, but a unique design that won't be on anybody else's porch. So that's cool. But yeah, I have eight people are doing those. And then there's a couple that are doing the popsicle door hanger. But most projects people picked were the patriotic ones, so that's cool. I always love the red, white, and blue projects, are always fun. I keep wanting to paint more, and then I'm like, okay, well, it's June. 4th of July is right around the corner. People are not probably buying that anymore. But I have so many, I'm so behind on all my projects, and I need to start getting my mind right and start painting for Christmas. Honestly, my first Christmas themed event is in October, so I am excited for that. I'm going to be part of a co-op, so it's just a bunch of people that get together for they do one big booth, and then that way, this is a big event. It's been going on for I don't know, 32, 33 years or more. And it's at the Tacoma Dome, which is a huge venue. And they have it, so I got invited to be part of their booth. It's they have this big booth, and then I only have a small section of it, which is fine. But then you don't have to stay there the whole time, which is nice, because on some of those events, the one I do at the beginning of December is 4 days long, and it's all day, and it's a lot to do by yourself, which I usually do. Sometimes I have a friend help me out, but I'm usually there the whole time, because I'm just a one-woman show here. So yeah, I need to start working on that. And now it's Airbnb season, our busy season for our Airbnb, so I'll be going out there, and that's about an hour and 15 minutes away from where we live, so that takes up a good chunk of my day when I have to go out there, which I have to go tomorrow. So I'm trying to get all my stuff cut for my class today, but I am also going to be having a workshop at the Tacoma event. So I talked to the lady this week about it, and kind of started planning that out. So I'm okay, guess I gotta start thinking about Christmas now. I probably should have already started, but I never start as early as I know I should. I I've always been like that. Always kind of been a procrastinator, I guess. Somehow got through. I remember I talked about in my orals for when I got my master's, and I said that was like one of my negative qualities or whatever the question was, and they were like, maybe it's not because you always get it done. I'm like, okay, well, you're kind of right about that. Somehow I just work better under the pressure, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to use an off-white. This is called Swiss Coffee. This is a Behr paint color. It's my go-to for an off-white. So I'm going to use that for all the white pieces. Hopefully you can see this all right. Yeah. The nice thing about this birch is that it does pretty good with one coat. Sometimes, depending on the wood, you have to do multiple coats. But I might be able to get away with just one on this. We'll see once it dries. You'll probably need one more. And these have little, these little guys, they're little buttons for the centers. If you didn't like that though, you could always just paint that center score lines in between the score lines. Oop. All right. Do this one. It was supposed to rain here today, but I never really saw much rain. Yesterday, we had the air conditioner going. It was like 86, which is hot for here in June. Okay, I think I'm just gonna go over this real quickly. It doesn't need too heavy of a coat. Probably could have got away with just doing the one coat, but sometimes with the wood grain, you gotta make sure the paint gets down in there. Oh my gosh, 105. I think I might die. I'm hot at 86. I don't know. I don't think it's ever got that hot here. Maybe like historic high, but the highs are usually maybe in August, and they can get into the 90s. But a nice summer here is usually, mid to high 80s. But then it gets humid, which is gross. And I don't know if you knew this, but, well, it's more common now, like in new builds, but most houses here don't have air conditioning. I think anything like that's built new, they put it in, but yeah, that's crazy. So we have 3 dogs, so we had to be gone yesterday, and I was worried about it being warm, so we set up one of our we just have portable air conditioners. What do you do, Holly? Do you just stay inside? I imagine that's what you do. I mean, I've been to Arizona. In September, and so it wasn't too terrible. But I mean, it was hot, but... And we stayed at an Airbnb. We went to the Seahawks game, one of the Seahawks games when they were down there. And we stayed at an Airbnb kind of close to the stadium. And it was actually like a separate house from the people's house. So it was they lived on the property. And it had air conditioning. But to us, like, it was still hot, And so we had it down, as low as it could go, which was like 70 degrees. And to us, that was still like feeling pretty warm, considering. But you guys are used to that warmer weather, so. The person actually like turned the air conditioner up, and we had to like request them to change it. So I know that people worry about their air conditioners freezing and whatever. I don't know. But yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, pretty much. Or do the errands in the morning. Yeah. See, now I was born and raised for a good amount of my life in Eastern Washington, and it can get pretty hot over there. But I much prefer the west side of the state because it's cooler. We've talked about moving, and Kevin's always gives me a hard time because I'm like, I don't want to live somewhere that I am just constantly sweaty. But I don't know. I do have a neck fan. I use that for the Airbnb, like cleaning the Airbnb in the summertime, because sometimes it gets hot in there, and especially when you're cleaning. We don't have an air conditioner there, so we've thought about maybe putting a portable in, but most of the time you don't need it. Most of the time a fan's good enough, and that's more in the mountains, so it's a little cooler climate, but I definitely like it when it's sunny though. Today is dreary. Okay, so I will hit those bees one more time, and then I'm gonna do this one. Where is it? I'm gonna do this one with the, what is this called? Williamsburg Blue. It's a Decor color. This is one I've been using with the geese too, but I think it'll be really cute on this. So on these bigger pieces, I just kind of swipe it with those. You could use a brush. You could use a foam brush if you wanted. Or you can just do this with a makeup wedge, or you could dab it. That would probably take longer. Might have to start throwing in some painting of ornaments or something into my live paints, because I have so many that I need to paint. Okay, so that, I'll let that dry. Might be good with one cover. Holly, are you from Arizona originally? Or have you just moved there? Yes, Christmas will be here before you know it. I mean, look how fast the first 6 months of the year went. Just crazy. They say the older you get, the faster time goes. And they aren't lying. Okay, let's see. Need this to dry. Let's see. Yeah, I probably should stain it. Sweden? Holy moly. You've been all over the place. And is Arizona where you're gonna stay? We've wanted to move to Montana, but I don't know if it'll ever happen. Okay, I think I'm gonna stain this. So this is just water-based Behr stain. I get it at Home Depot. And it's nice. I love it for my classes because it's water-based and it doesn't stink. But I use it. Pretty much all I use now, unless I use paint and do the baby wipe method. But I'm gonna actually use the baby wipe with this. Okay. Staying in Arizona. Okay, so I'm just gonna squirt it directly on the project. This is early American, so it's not too dark. I have only ever lived in Washington. Me and my boyfriend both are born and raised. He's been in the West Coast Western Washington his whole life. I lived in Eastern Washington for a good chunk. But we want to get a motor home so we can get out there and see the world, see the U.S., and maybe see if there's somewhere we might think about moving to eventually. It's hard to leave here because we have family here and friends, obviously, and we've both lived here our whole life, but we also kind of crave that adventure. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. That'll look good. Okay. And I think the blue covered really good, so I don't need a second coat on that. So we can just start doing some of the accent decorative type stuff. Okay, so I'm going to use my, what's this one? Distress Crayon to do the brown. Oh, where did it go? It's gone. Sometimes they break just like regular crayons. So I just got these on Amazon. This one I believe is like dark walnut is the color. I like to use that for my accenting. Yeah. I know I was just talking to Kevin about that. His parents are staying at our cabin this weekend, or not this weekend, the last couple of days. It was his mom's birthday, and we were coming home, and I was like, I know you want that we talk about moving and all that, but your parents are not getting any younger, and he has 3 sisters, but still, like you don't want to miss out on having that time with them. So we'll see. So that just kind of, it's hard to tell in this light, but just kind of gives a little dimension to it. I don't know if I'm going to do that to this. Maybe on the outside. Oh yeah, you want to, yeah. His parents, I think, are both in their 70s, and they get along great and don't really need much assistance or anything. Actually, one of his sisters is, she's disabled, and they still take care of her, so she lives with them and everything. They have some help that comes in and helps them, but my dad passed away when he was only 58, so like, you never know. And my mom lives in Eastern Washington, so I don't see her that much. So you're retired and you like to paint. I'm guessing. Whoop. I mean, I hope you're retired. Maybe you like to work. I don't know. Okay. I'll just do this to these letters. And then I'll probably start gluing. Okay, I'm gonna just do it around the edges here. Okay. Let's get some of that off of there. I think I'm gonna go around with the white. Let's give it a little tap. Kevin got home earlier and tried to turn the TV on, and it wouldn't turn on. Thankfully, I Googled it, and we were able to reset it, which is crazy, but you know, all all this technology. They're just like basically little computers, just like a cell phone. And the TV's got like, has like Google embedded in it, so thankfully it was just able to reset it and we don't have to take it down and try to return it. Okay, so for this, I'm just gonna do some white lightly on the edge. And then I might, I don't know, we'll put it together and then I'll decide if I want to do any kind of polka dots or anything. Sometimes I like to just leave it simple. Okay, it's time to start gluing it. And there's score lines on there to help you line it up. And then the rest of it just kind of stacks together. All right, there's that one. Okay, I think I'll do my bees. And then you can see there's a place for you where you can line that up. And let's just do this one. Okay. And then I'm just going to put a little glue in there for his little yellow stripes. Let's see if I can get this right. Nope, that's the wrong one. This is the bigger one. There we go. Get in there. There we go. Okay, and then we got the wings. Oop, stuck my finger in it. If that was stick fast, it would have been stuck to me. I would have had to rip it off. Okay. This is cute. Okay, so I'm gonna do the honey. So it has like a drip of honey coming down it. And there are score lines. I don't know if you can see that on there. That'll help you line that up. So you can see there for the letters and the daisies, everything has a score line. Excuse me. It's coming together. I have some Behr ribbon, but it's like 3-inch, so it's way too big for this. Because this is just doing a small version of this. Okay, I think I got it. Excuse me. Allergies are getting me today. Okay, now we just got our little buttons. I think I might do a little brown around those. So cute, I know. I love the bee stuff too, and I just love that blue. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little drop of that, and then stick those on there. Oh, doesn't want to stay. Okay. There she is. So cute. So this one's like, I think this one was like about 11 inches. But I normally cut 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18 inch is the sizes I offer. But these smaller ones are really great to like put in the middle of a wreath. I don't know if I have one. Let me see. This might not be the right, this is just a faux wreath, but you can kind of get the idea. I don't know what size wreath this is, but it'd be super cute on a door. I wouldn't do it probably on this wreath because it's so bright compared to the colors of this, but super cute. I had this one on there. But yeah, that's, or you could just hang it on your door, that size. And then I use, this is actually macrame cord. So you could use twine. For the bigger ones, like the 8-10 inch door hangers, I use a rope. So just tie a knot in it. Go through. Yes, that would be really cute. I know. I wish I had some, you know, I have so much ribbon, but it's like never the right ribbon for the project. That's probably why people end up with so much ribbon. If I was doing an 18 inch, I probably would have tried that. I have some B ribbon. There it is, super cute. All right. Well, I haven't listed this yet, but I will. And one day I'll get things on my website, but for now it's Etsy. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. And I will see you next Wednesday. Have a good night.